All right, let's talk about the Shanquilla Robinson situation. I'm sure you guys are all aware. But, when I looked at this situation, I was like, oh, I can relate because when I was younger, I had a couple people who I thought was my friends. And I had just came home from a track meet. I was so tired. I had ran so hard in one race, I literally fell out after the finish line. But I won the race, so I was spent. I got home, and these cats, you know, trapped me in a room, closed the door, and jumped on me. It was a 1v1, but I was so tired. But the other one like locked the door, so I just knew it was gonna be both of them. But it was a 1v1, and I had no energy to fight. So all I could do was, he threw the left, I ducked, and he fell and, fell back on me, and I just covered myself so I couldn't, wasn't taking any damage. And then, some people was also there who heard the commotion, so they came and opened the door and, got him off me. But, before we even swung, I was like, yo, I thought we was friends. And it was like, nah, man, let's fight. You know what I mean? And I was like, well, wait a minute now. Like, we ain't friends. You know what I'm saying? They set the whole thing up. They waited for me the whole time. It was like, yeah, when he get home, he gonna be tired. You know what I'm saying? We gonna jump on him. They knew I was spent. I had nothing. But so yeah, this reminds me of that. Except lucky me, there was people who heard the commotion, came and got dude off me, uh, and you know when I look at this Sequoia Robinson thing, I was just like, man, yeah, I remember getting trapped like that before. You stuck and it's just you and everybody else is against you, and the dude is filming it, talking about he's the best friend. Turns out, they planned this. Like, these guys, like, there's no way two people are gonna fight you, especially after you say, I'm not gonna fight. You're naked. You got nothing. You got nothing on. A guy is filming it and a girl is fighting you, and obviously you're not a fighter. Know what I mean? And you taking an L, and then after you take that L, somebody else jumps in it and then drops you on your neck, and squeezes you, and then boom, snaps you, breaks your neck. And then you gonna say it was alcohol poisoning. Then you take 17 grand from her, and she was the one who paid for it the whole trip. Yeah, they set her up. This was a setup from the beginning. And the thing about it is, y'all really need to find out, like, from the beginning, like, what was the beginning of this? Because this didn't come out of nowhere. This didn't come out of nowhere. You get into the text messages and stuff, and they just arrested one person. This didn't come out of nowhere. There was more. There's a lot more to this snakery. This is not just people just deciding to do this. This was planned. The trip was planned. All the people that got together, they all planned this. You see the way they looked at her when she walked in the room. And then dude talking about he got a body. They knew this was going to happen. This was a plan, and it was months in the making. And they set the chick up because she was successful, and they wanted to steal her money, and they thought, if we can get her, if we do it here in America, we know the laws, but we don't know the laws of Mexico. Well, let me enlighten you on something. For one, now you know that Mexico will, they have a good relationship with the United States when it comes to crime. So they, believe in extradition. So it's not a place where you can, go and there's no extradition. They'll come get you, and or they'll send for you. Okay, the federales are coming to get you. Straight up. Another thing about Mexican jails. You don't eat unless somebody brings you food. So you guys had a plan to commit murder in a country whose laws are more strict when it comes to, that crime than, most countries that America deals with that has extradition. They have very, 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 very strict laws over there. And listen, jail is not a place that people are having a holiday over like they are here. Some of the jails here where dudes is cooking catfish on the steps and smoking weed and all this. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Not over there. Not over, especially for a federal crime. Nah, you guys didn't do your homework, and now you guys are gonna pay for it, and especially you, the dude who filmed it, you really in trouble, bro, because you hiding out. You was so fake that you went to the mother's house for like 4 or 5 days until you heard the autopsy. There is a special kind of hell made for you, bro. There is you have reached the pinnacle. There is no sorry and forget. Like when they get you in court, you have nothing to stand on now. You guys told a complete lie, alcohol poisoning, and it wasn't. You told a complete lie. You guys have no remorse. Let me get you to understand this again. When it comes to court systems, you got to understand how they judge you in court system. They judge you how about what you did, how often you did it, and by your demeanor. This is why some people commit, murder, and they don't get as much of a sentence because they clearly see that this is not something you do. It just happened. You know what I'm saying? So it gets knocked down to man too, or something like that, or involuntary, or manslaughter, or something like that. But when it's somebody who premeditated it, I know I'm gonna go and dust this person off. That's what you guys did. This is a well thought out plan to commit murder and robbery. And then you lied to the police. There are so many federal accounts stacked up on what you did. It's just you don't want to go to jail in any country, because you when you get in front of the judge is going to look at the evidence. You went to this woman's house and talked to her mother for 4 days. You guys told a straight up lie, said it was alcohol poison. You knew that wasn't the case. The police came, the ambulance came to help this woman while she was alive. You guys didn't want them to take her. There's so many. You stopped this on every level. You stopped the progress to enable this woman to survive simply because you wanted that money. And then you took the money, and it wasn't like nobody was going to find out where this money went. Who took this money? You took 17 grand and then spun it. Like the level of evil that has gone into this is unreal. It's incomprehensible how much these people don't value this woman's life. They treated her like there was nothing, like a worm, like they just stepped on, and had no love for her whatsoever. And all of that is spiritual. And let me tell you something. You may get by, but you never get away. The spirit that you identify with, that you put out there, those spirits look at you and go, yeah, we recognize you. And then those spirits come back to you. If you haven't been reading the Bible, you better start now, because that's what the word says. A spirit leaves somebody, they go into the deepest parts of hell, they see that the place is swept out and empty, they bring 7 more spirits along with it. That's not a game, that's real. And you committed all of these atrocities and thought you were going to write some corny text messages or Twitter about you getting rich and buying her a G-Wagon and how it don't sit right with you. But you watch this woman get beat up after she paid for you guys to go on a trip. You watched her get beat up by two females. You watched the whole thing. Nobody is going to have any remorse for you when your punishment comes to you. I'm out.